Okay. So, at the 20-minute mark, my camera resets and goes to the next thing. Yeah, as where I left off was the fact that women in video games don't necessarily need a man to fall in love with and back them up. This leads me to the final few parts of this game, and I'm going to address something right now. Willem Dafoe is one of my favorite actors. And he's about the big bright spot in this game, okay? I mean, as creepy as Willem Dafoe is, throughout this entire game, he's a positive figure. He's a father figure to Jodie when her father is an abusive dickbag. He's there for her. After he loses his family, he genuinely takes care of her like she was his daughter. And you can see the compassion. She calls him several times saying, like when she's homeless, she calls saying, "Don't look for me. I'm on the streets right now." He goes, "No, tell me where you are. I'll pick you up. What's wrong?" And you can hear the compassion in his voice. You can hear how scared he is for her. It reminds me of the scene in Amazing Spider-Man where Peter Parker, Sam Storm breaks the glass, and Martin Sheen has this look on his face that goes, "Where did I go wrong?" Or it looks like, "Where did I go wrong?" It was intentional, but it was more realistic than they intended. And that's Willem Dafoe's portrayal up until this point in the game. Because this is where shit hits the fan. Jodie goes to find her biological mother, which, by the way, was never introduced. It was introduced slightly, but they don't bring it up until the end that she was actually adopted. And even then, it's like she almost dies when she's unconscious from the homeless guy thing, and sees a flashback of her mother giving birth to her and Aiden. And Aiden was stillborn. Yeah, I know, I'm spoiling it, but really, it doesn't fucking matter. Unless you're really, really dead set on playing this game after these rants, it doesn't fucking matter. Now, she goes to see her biological mother, and as soon as she leaves, and the whole time this mission was going on, I had General Akbar going, "It's a trap!" stuck in my head, because it's that damn predictable. She gets caught and immediately knocked out, and then brought to Dawkins' office, and right there I'm like, oh great, he's suddenly the bad guy. He sends her on the mission to some Asian country, where they have the other portal, and they go on that mission, they destroy the portal and the entire military of that country. They win, they're victorious, and then, shit you not, I'm going to hack this apart too. She's getting debriefed, and this general's giving a speech. And I am going to read this post. Yeah. The U.S. Army announced that they are going to conquer the infraworld. And by the way, that is the dumbest name they could give this world. Okay. While researching my book, I've come across several different terms for the spiritual reality. I've come across terms like subtle reality, which is actually one I use in the book. Spiritual reality, stuff like that. Infraworld? It just sounds like a B-rated sci-fi movie. Okay, going on. You know, the place where spirits live. The army is going to conquer spirits. Now, it gets worse. Spirits that can't be harmed by any military arms at all, and have proven time and time again to have the capacity to kill people, and the willingness to. Sure, they link entities to people somehow. They never say it that they've done it, but they don't mention how they do it, and I'm going to get to this in a second too. But how do you expect to fight them? Who's to say that the people are in control? God damn, the story raises more questions than it even attempts to answer. And I want to check Facebook because I think... No, and Facebook is the last thing. Every time a portal opens, the spirits own the asses of humanity. They, like, seriously kill everyone they come across. And all of a sudden, this technology is made to link the entities to people. When they already said that they're nervous that the Asian country, I can't remember, it's some ridiculous name, is trying to do this, and they've been experimenting with it for a while, but they're not that far in advance. Even though once you go on the mission, apparently they're far more advanced than we are here in America doing the same fucking thing. Like a day after this mission, or a week, or however little time it takes, all of a sudden they have the ability to connect spirits to people. They have containment belts that will keep the spirits from attacking them, which, spoiler alert, it doesn't. When did they have time to develop this technology? Because apparently they weren't doing it the entire time they were looking for Jodie. No, they were building the portal so they could make the technology. Without the portal being finished, there was no way they could have had the technology. They would have had to perfected it by going through the portal to test it out, which they address later on that going to the portal is a death sentence. There's no way they have this technology. None at all. Now, Willem Dafoe's character, Dawkins, has the spirits of his wife and daughter trapped and tells Jodie to communicate with them, and Jodie, says, look, they're in pain. They're obviously in pain. They're going... they're showing that they're in pain. They want to be let go. And as Jodie channels them, they say, let us go. Let us die. And he goes, no, you're lying. Puts her in a coma. Aiden goes to get Dickbag McJerkass. And Cole's the only good character in this game, I swear. The only one I absolutely liked unconditionally. To free her, and then they go into the portal. Cole almost dies because they attack him despite his containment belt. And Ryan and Jodie go into the portal. Jodie goes through her whole life, and Willem Dafoe tries to kill her. Now, I talked him down. And this was a mistake because apparently if you don't, Ryan gets shot instead of Jodie, and I was kind of hoping Ryan would die. Because he's a, yeah, he's a dick. Okay? I've established that. We all know he's a dick. And I hate this guy. I wanted him to die. No, instead he becomes a depressive... Well, I'll get to that in a second. I thought, okay, either you're going to shoot me, shoot Ryan, or drop the gun. No, he inexplicably kills himself and is joined with his family. Yeah. The solution to losing your family in this game is kill yourself. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, I know that's not intentionally the message they were going for, okay? That is how it comes off, though, is he lost his family, there's nothing he can do about it, he's dead. He kills himself. That's how he joins them. No. No. Especially since he could have helped Jodie shut down the portal and let his family be at peace. No, he kills himself, and his family's perfectly fine with this. Now, this is where Jodie's given the choice between living and dying. If she dies, she joins Aiden and all the people who've died beforehand, except for Dawkins. But if she lives, she lives. Either way, Tuesday gives birth to her daughter Zoe, and they hint at the fact that someone opens a portal to the infraworld, and depending on whether Jodie's alive or not, she's physically there to help Zoe stop it. If she's dead, her spirit is guiding Zoe to stop it. If she's alive, she's there to physically help her. Why? What is the fucking point? What? It's like they go throughout the progression of the game. It's like these our government is going, gee, the first time we opened a portal to the spirit world, they completely destroyed us. This other country builds a portal, and it completely destroys them. Let's try it. Third time's a charm, right? And then the third time, of course, things go tits up. Let's try it again. Maybe we'll get it right this time. No! No, you're fighting incorporeal forms with bullets, for one, and oh, that's the doorknob behind me. And that is stupid as hell. What are you going to do if you come across a liquid monster? Are you going to throw rocks at it? No! You're going to find a different way to combat it. If it's not working, it's not working. Superhero 101. If a guy is not getting affected by your punches, or say Spider-Man villain Electro, you're not going to use electricity to beat him. You're going to find other means. Clayface, you're not just going to throw punches at him, you're going to dilute him with water. Same with Sandman. You're not going to simply throw bullets at them. Then, once you realize you're not going to be able to shut down this portal, or beat these creatures from this portal because you're incorporeal, that you have no defense against other than someone who controls another fuck entity, you're not going to continue opening the portal! See, I thought, yeah, I'd be ranting about this. I thought it'd be like Voss, where I'd go into a tangent and go, I'm cool. No, I didn't realize I was going to be yelling this much, and I do apologize. Because, oh my lord, this fucking game hurts on so many levels. It is... It's mind-numbingly stupid. It expects the player to just go along with this plot that is so full of holes, it could be canonized as a saint. It is that holy. Oh, bad joke, okay. But the point is, you could riddle a shirt. You could put moths on a cotton shirt and not get this many holes in this plot. So my final post, this was a Facebook only one. So Beyond Two Souls, you have no steady plot other than the I must run away from everything, which is a terrible attempt to make a supernatural Forrest Gump. Except for the last two missions, where one character loses his mind spontaneously. Seriously, it's like all of a sudden Willem Dafoe wants to get a hold of his family. No build-up, because you can see he genuinely cares for Jodie, and all of a sudden, oh, by the way, I was just using you. Like every other guy in this game. Yeah, not only is this game very misogynist when it comes to Jodie, the only female character in the game that has more than 2 lines, or 2 scenes. It's very misandrist too, because every guy either wants to kill her, rape her, or take advantage of her one way or another. Because reasons. And then after no steady plot except for the last 2 missions, where one of his, yeah, I read that. And then after all the senseless bullshit, you have the audacity to set up for a sequel. In the dumbest way possible, because all logic would dictate that that wouldn't happen. Why did this game have to be so underwritten? That's the thing. It could have been fixed if they fleshed everything out more. I think I clocked in at about 8 hours. 8 hours, and I'm still full of more questions as to what the fuck was going on. We're underwritten. Why did it have to be so dull and tedious? We'll get to that here in a bit. Why did it feel like a lazy attempt to put forth some message that was lost due to all the senseless, asinine plot points that have nothing to do but feebly try to build an emotional connection between the player and Jodie, but go nowhere? Like, say, the rape sequence, which was stupid in the first place, the party, which serves no purpose other than the show, oh, see, Jodie has to defend herself against an ass bag, or a group of ass bags. The suffocating your face in snow scene because reasons. Oh, let's suffocate her spontaneously for no reason. Why was Jodie just an unlikable character? Seriously, at no point in this game was I going, gee, Jodie's a great character. We know nothing about her other than every chance she gets, she rebels. Oh, I'm a teenager. I'm going to manipulate one of my caretakers into letting me go out for the night. But first, I'm going to throw a temper tantrum and break everything in my room. And then apologize sincerely. Yeah, you see, I'm going to try to conclude it in this video. The big thing about this game isn't the gameplay. It's not the fact that it's an interactive movie. I could live with it being an interactive movie. It's just the plot. What little there is, if it was done in a linear fashion, you would see all the plot holes easily. If they had done the story in a linear fashion and read it straight through, played it straight through, they would have gone, oh wait, no, wait, why didn't this happen? Or how come we didn't do it this way? What makes Jodie act this way in one scene and this way the next when it's supposed to be a year later? What? The continuity is wretched when you play it in order. But that's not even the most damning thing, because there is a good story in here somewhere. Deep within the bowels of this atrocious shit that they delivered. The most damning thing in this is that they introduce things that don't have to do with anything in the story other than, hey, let's do a trope. The stupid-ass romances didn't need to be there. If she could communicate with Dead when she was a kid, how come the only other time she can is when she's asked to? Why did Aiden have to be her twin brother? I mean, I guess I know they were going for the psychic connection between twins, but I would have found it more interesting if in the ending of the game, instead of them going, there is no heaven and hell, it's just a random spirit world where all the good and bad people go and explore, if they did go with an interpretation of heaven or hell, you want to know how that would work? Look no further, that movie, I was going to say As Good as It Gets, but that's not the movie I was thinking of, What Dreams May Come. Look no further than What Dreams May Come. That would be how you would do heaven and hell. It doesn't necessarily have to be the religious depiction of heaven and hell. It could be your own interpretation, not just this random cop-out of there's no heaven, there's no hell, there's no God, there's no devil. It's just spirits floating around in a random space of neonness. Okay, I'm going to do the wrap-up in another video. It'll be vastly shorter than this, and I'm going to try to keep my calm. I'm not making any guarantees at this point. But yeah, I'll be back.